Oh my.
As I sat down for my morning cup of coffee, an interesting message came across my computer. A Pokemon card just sold for $340,000. $340,000? That's insane, right? So I turned to the internet. And search result after search result after search result, Pokemon cards are selling for higher values than they ever have before. When did Pokemon cards become more expensive than some houses? Like most of you out there, I used to love Pokemon cards when they came out in the 90s. When I collected them though, I did it more for sentimental value and mainly to compete with my brother's collection. I didn't know how to play them, I barely knew how to pronounce their names, and I definitely did not know the value of them. Well, fast forward and here we are with my brother's sweet binder with over 1,000 cards, and I'm determined to find out what the value of this is. But before we figure out how much my Pokemon cards are worth, I really wanted to figure out why they're worth so much money today. So looking around on the internet, it's easy to figure out that a rare card that isn't printed anymore is gonna be more money. We all know that. But now with TikTok and Twitch and YouTube Live and all these celebrities getting in on the action, it puts more eyes on it, making them more in demand and driving up the prices as well. Then, on top of that, the pandemic has pushed people back into nostalgia and is also pushing people into new hobbies, collecting Pokemon cards, and that also increases demand. Not to mention, some of us, keyword some, who grew up in the 90s can now afford, the Pokemon cards that they could never get as a kid to complete their collection. It's sort of, the final check mark that we're able to do now. So, some cards that might have sold for $25 before are now, in this time, literally today, are selling for $100. But the fact that those factors can lead to a card selling to like $100,000 or more is just mind-boggling. And the biggest question of all, does my binder have any cards worth that much money? I am truly, and I mean truly, starting at the very beginning. So I reached out to TikToker Alex Hodges to give me a few tips and tricks on where to start when looking through this binder.
Hey Sylvie, coming at you from my favorite LGS in Southern California, Top Deck Keep. Let's talk about what you might find inside, what to look for, to figure out what the values are. In the bottom right corner of those cards, you're gonna see one of three symbols. A circle, meaning it's a common card. A diamond, meaning it's uncommon. And a star, which would indicate a rare. Now there's two variations of rare you're gonna look for. There's a holographic rare and a non-holographic rare. The premium cards of these collections are the holographic rare cards. In base set in particular, there are 16. The big three are Venusaur, Blastoise, and of course, Charizard. There are actually different runs and they're all different values. Your first edition Shadowless is the premium. It's gonna have a first edition symbol in the bottom left corner of the image, no shadow on the right side of the Pokemon. The next run was Shadowless. Subtract that number 1, but you're still not gonna have that drop shadow on the side of the Pokemon. Unlimited, the most common of all three, is going to be the least valuable, still a premium to this day. You can tell it's unlimited because of the drop shadow on the right side of the Pokemon, and there's no number 1 to signify first edition. Something important to look for in that binder is the cheek color on your Pikachu cards. If you happen to have red cheeks on your Pikachu, it's actually worth substantially more. I can't tell you how many people message me believing they have vintage cards, when in fact they have a 2016 reprint called Evolutions that was an homage to the original 1999 vintage base set. The HP differences, the card numbers, the abilities, and even the colors of the cards themselves. Upon close inspection, you will find big differences between those vintage base set cards and this popular modern reprint. I hope you get the max value for those cards if you do opt to sell them, or maybe you keep them and they appreciate for just a little longer.
So using what Alex told me, I feel like I have more of an appreciation for what's in here now. So from a general search on the internet, it's like $20 here, $20 there. But that doesn't really tell me that I might have anything that's worth a ton of money. And I don't necessarily want to go through each of them one by one. So I decided to enlist the help of Pokemon expert Jesus Garcia from Heritage Auctions in Dallas, Texas.
What I normally do is, I'll go through a collection kind of pick out what I think is a high grade at first glance. And, kind of depending on the total average of those 4 subgrades, centering, surface, edges, and the corners, you'll end up with the final grade.
And how accurate are you with grading?
I'm not the best out there, but I do want to say that I'm usually, about half a grade off, no more than a point off.
So companies like PSA run on a 10-point scale. 10 being gem mint, 9 being mint, 8 being near mint, all the way down to 1, which is poor.
One thing is being rare, and the other thing is being, valuable. The Charizard that I just showed you here, it's not a super common card, but there's a lot of duplication out there. So it's not the only one. It's not like super rare, but it's super valuable. The Pikachu Illustrator, I believe there's only 17 known copies to exist still. The variations where it's rare and super valuable, or the one where there's a lot of copies out there, but it's still super valuable because people want the card.
What is an example of a big rare Pokemon card?
Definitely the prototype that we just sold a couple of weeks ago. It's one of a kind. There was only 2 made, and the other one, nobody really knows where it is.
So it literally could be anywhere in the world?
Yeah, it could be in someone's binder. They don't even know about it.
And how much could that prototype card be worth?
We sold it for $360,000.
All right, I want to know if it's in here.
Oh, definitely a scavenger hunt.
I'm going to angle it to you so you can see it. I don't want to hurt the cards.
So that's what's called an unlimited Charizard. It's sort of like the third printing of the base set. Even if you have it like in perfect condition, you're still looking at about $5,000 for the card.
For that one?
Yeah.
For that one I just showed you?
If it's in perfect condition, there's nothing wrong with it, yes.
Oh my gosh, that is incredible. I thought it was gonna be like $500, and that's why I was waiting. And how long would it take you to look through the entire binder?
Maybe, no more than 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna try to go at a good pace for you.
Okay, keep on turning. See, I think you have a complete limited set.
And what would that be worth?
Depending on the value, probably $10,000 or more.
$10,000?
Yeah, but if the card's grade really high, you can definitely bring out $10,000.
Okay, so now that we've kind of gone through the entire binder together, what would you say the entire binder is worth? If
everything was pristine, there's nothing wrong with the card, I would definitely say, maybe you're more in the $15,000 to $20,000 range.
$15,000 to $20,000?
Yeah.
Of this whole binder?
Yeah, if everything's mint condition, yes.
I mean, that's incredible. You can just be sitting with this in your basement and not even know that it's worth that much money. The
explosion literally happened within the last 12 months. It's pretty exciting stuff, it's one of those things about, you just never know what's gonna come through our door. It's definitely, it keeps you on your toes.
And just to be sure, the prototype isn't in my binder?
No, I would definitely let you know you did. I will fly there and pick it up from you.
We figured out how much my binder was worth.
I certainly didn't become an expert or a collector, overnight. If somebody wants to do it, yeah, anybody can.
If you guys have Pokemon cards at home, go run and look at them. See what they're worth. They might be worth something. And maybe one of you guys has the missing prototype card. Somebody's got to have it, right? If you like videos like this, please be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified when we post new videos. See you next time.